My name is Serge Théoleyre. I have worked with Schneider Electric for more than 30 years now, and having different jobs mainly in the technical sector, R&D and marketing sector, coping with electrical devices, equipment like power capacitors, then medium voltage and high voltage switchgear equipment. And more recently, I was in charge of matters linked to environment aspects. So the strategy for Schneider Electric, our eco-design policies, and the influence strategy that we want to develop and defend our position with regard to environmental aspects. Based on our experience, we would recommend to include environmental aspects in standards for the following reasons. Basically, there are three main reasons. One would be to ensure that every allegation is clear, because this is quite a new concept and not so well defined environmental aspects. So we need to have ways to avoid the greenwashing, to make the story short. And so standardization is really a good way, so that when we talk about environmental aspects, we can show that this is transparent, reliable information, and we can, this is no cheating. We believe that it's a very good tool to have a very fair market. So when we do allegations on performances, environmental aspects in particular, this is the best way to avoid greenwashing or, poor allegations. We believe that the industry is strong enough to organize what they need for their market. Customer need, they understand, and so if we take into account the expectancies from the social or societal aspects, then we probably can avoid the burden of the legislation. New regulation, they are here if there is a problem. If we cope the problem with the standards before, then it's a good way to avoid additional regulation if it's not necessary. Eventually, if there is a regulation, this is the only way to be sure that we comply with regulation. To assess compliance, standards are the best. And I would say the last point, which for us is very important, we have seen that the history shown that at the beginning we made products, we just cope with the performance of the functionality of products. And then we have added safety for products, and then quality of products. And these days we need to add environmental aspects to cope with what is happening. And doing so, it's a very good way to maintain, I would say, a market price for product services. And all products are more or less the same if we do nothing. So if we can use environment to add some specification with regard to these aspects, it's a good way to defend our markets.